A piece that was put together by our producer Linky Bierman, who spent the day with the veterinary team here at Addo, basically taking a look at how they look after this massive population of elephants. We're talking about 600 elephants, but in this particular piece, they actually follow an elephant where they are removing a radio collar. Take a look.
The quickest way to find a herd of elephants in the thick bush is from the air. This morning, the team is looking for an elephant cow with a radio collar that needs to be removed. Once identified, she's darted. The helicopter team carefully moves the elephant into a clearing before she starts feeling the effects of the dart. The team moves in quickly as soon as the elephant is down. First priority is to regulate the elephant's temperature and monitor the heart rate.
We're basically just feeling the pulse of that here. So I mean, you can all come over feel. You can feel a nice strong pulse. It must be about 60 beats per minute, which is perfect.
I think I'm beating fast.
Put your hand, just push down on that. See, these are arteries right here. This is a vein.
Okay, now
it's a lot more distended.
Yes.
Okay, so you just feel it. I'm just getting a baseline and just monitor the anesthetic.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm also watching the breathing and that. You want at least 5 breaths per minute. So she's taking nice deep breaths, so she's nice and stable there. Then the other thing that we need to ensure is just to make sure the trunk is nice and open. So we just put a little stick in there just to keep it patent in that there. Because elephants don't actually breathe through their mouths, they breathe through the trunk. So if that's closed up, or if they fall on their trunk, that's the first thing you've got to do, is make sure that that trunk is nice and open.
While one group removes the collar, the veterinarian takes blood samples.
Okay, so the blood samples are just for our biobank. We will store them. I mean, we've looked at various things we can get out of it. We can look at their sort of blood chemistry, DNA studies or anything like that. And even in the future, if they want to do studies, we can use those samples.
Elephant management strategies have changed over the years.
Management strategy here in Addo is working. We no longer follow the old way of thinking that there's a particular number of elephants that you can have in a park. We actually are more worried about where the elephants are using the landscape and whether they're actually using it variably enough that certain areas will have time to rest and for the vegetation to recover while they're eating somewhere else, and vice versa. So what we're trying to do is get these animals to use the landscape as variably as possible, and the way that we've done it here in main camp is that we've created what we refer to as a water availability gradient. That means that all the water points, you'll notice if you look on the tourist map, all the water points, most of them are up here in the northern part of the park, which actually represents where the Sundays River would be running if it was part of the park.
An unusual phenomena in Addo Elephant National Park is that most of the elephant cows are tuskless.
The jury's still out about why these cows don't have tusks, but generally Addo's population is known for its tuskless cows, and it's got something to do with the fact that most of these animals were hunted out, and a hunter's mindset is such that they will hunt out the bigger tusked animals and leave the animals with small tusks and the ones that don't have tusks. In any population of elephant, you'll find there are elephants without tusks. Unfortunately, that's what we were left with in those original the founder population, and we believe that recessive gene became a dominant gene. So the majority of cows in this park do not have tusks. We brought in bulls from Kruger Park to supplement the genetic pool, and we're seeing now slowly that some of the cows are coming through with tusks. So that gene is being brought back into the population.
Once all the work is done and the collar removed, it's time to give the antidote. She slowly wakes up, and with the helicopter team keeping a watchful eye on her, she makes her way back to the rest of the herd. Linky Bierman, Morning Live, Addo Elephant National Park.